Getting close and personal.
Oh, wow.
Hey everyone.
Good down.
And I don't like the fact you two keep wanting to sit next to each other. It's freaking me out.
How does it on your...
Alright.
We're gonna get cozy.
Everyone wore red today.
Why don't I have Izzy's guard jacket on still?
I don't know.
Why is he wearing a sombrero?
Yeah, I feel like that's a more appropriate question. Is it recording?
There's no...
Yes, you see that record thing right there?
It blends in with the wall.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's on your stomach, first of all.
What?
That little red dot?
What?
What are you talking about?
What little red dot? Maybe that's a maraca.
Hello everyone. The officers here bring you a BOA getting ready video. Basically we're going over the do's and don'ts of what you should expect and prepare for BOA. It's an amazing trip. We weren't supposed to go on it this year, and we were very, very blessed to be able to go on it this year, and we need to make the best out of that. We have an amazing show, and we have a great chance of doing amazing things, so we're just making this video to make sure everyone is as prepared as possible to make this trip as successful and rememberable as possible. I said rememberable. That's not a word. Keep in mind that this is a 4-day trip, and you're not going to have to pack your entire house and able to make it. Packed necessities such as toiletries, show shirts, dinkles, anything you'll need to be able to make it through the trip.
On this trip, you're responsible for everything you bring. So if you bring something and lose it, we're not responsible for it. It's gone. While we understand that relationships are fun and we're totally game for that, don't purple. As in, if girls are red and boys are blue, don't purple.
You like my dinkles?
Do leave room for Jimmy. When you're sitting in the stands, make sure that when you talk about other bands, you're being very respectful and considerate, because you never know who could overhear you talking and what that could make them think of our entire band and North Carolina bands as a whole.
Wow, everyone sucks this year.
Dude, they need to get their feet in time.
Wow, these Panther Creek kids are so rude. They're all disrespectful North Carolina bands. Something to keep in mind while you're at BOA is that this is a really great kind of capstone to a really great season, but at the same time, you don't want like a bad run or not making semifinals to completely define your marching band season or even your marching band career. It's just important to keep in mind that you have a really good attitude and you just go in it and think positive and be happy and satisfied with whatever you do and wherever we end up in the rankings. Some
logistics we have to go over, and just remember what to bring. Make sure you guys bring your show shirt. You want to still wear that when we perform. Also remember to bring layers for the rehearsal that we have, and your black socks, definite, yes, and your gloves. Make sure they're clean, make sure you clean your shoes, make sure everything's clean so you can look perfection for the performance.
And your dinkles, because we like dinkles.
And your guard shoes. Alright, so another thing to remember while you're on the trip is that you will be having to pay for a lot of things, so you'll need to bring money for 5 meals and then money if you need to buy snacks or drinks at the hotel. And you will also need to bring money for souvenirs because there's a lot of cool BOA stuff that you'll want to end up getting.
It's a huge stadium, a lot of people, and just make sure that you're keeping track of everything that you have, because you don't want to lose your stuff on the first day and then not have any money, you know, just be depressed the entire trip. You don't want to let that ruin your trip. So make sure that you keep track of everything that you have.
On another note, we shouldn't really have to say this, but drugs and alcohol are not tolerated at all. If you think you have a need to use any of that, do yourself a favor and do not get on the bus Wednesday evening, because there's a zero tolerance policy. There are severe consequences if you end up bringing drugs and alcohol, suspensions, probably getting expelled from Panther Creek, and never ever being a part of this band program ever again. So just make sure not to take advantage of the amazing opportunity you have the next 4 days.
So for those of you out there who are dating, I know this is a nice chance to spend some quality time together, and that's totally great, and you should totally take advantage of that. But at the same time, please keep it all within the PG kind of rating. That means on the bus, in the hotel during free time, at the mall, in the stadium, whenever. Just keep it PG. If not, you could be sent home at your parents' expense, and nobody wants that. That's not cool, and that's also super embarrassing. For your carry-on, make sure that you pack in it everything you will need for rehearsal on Thursday, which includes spending money, extra layers, sneakers, guard girls, I'm looking at you, you gotta wear your guard gloves too. Also, you have to have anything that you need, like emergency medications, like if you have an EpiPen or an inhaler, bring that with you. As well as bring blankets or pillows or whatever else you need for the bus, yeah? Because you're not going to have access to anything you put under the bus until we reach our hotel room Thursday afternoon. So keep that in mind when you're packing.
Obviously, it's a great idea to bring food and drinks for both the room and the bus. Keep in mind, if you're bringing drinks on the bus, they need to have a closed cap on them, because anything that is spilled on that bus, it's going to stay on that bus, get sticky, get gross, make the bus smell bad. And talking about that, please, please, please be able to utilize the restrooms and rest areas instead of the restroom on the bus. Keep in mind, whatever gets put into that toilet on the bus, it will stay there for a very long time until we are done with the trip. And nobody wants to smell that. So please, for the expense of everyone, hold it until we have to go to a rest area. Clear pee equals hydrated me.
Oh, also remember, there's a convention at the hotel, so we're not the only guests there. You may think you're the only people there, but you're not. So, at like 12 a.m., please don't be like screaming and playing video games. I mean, I do that, but like, you know, just don't. So just be respectful for everyone else in the hotel.
Alright, so I hope you guys took these tips into consideration and that they were helpful for you to prepare for BOA on Wednesday night. Keep in mind, we do have a rehearsal Tuesday, 3 to 6. And your parents at 5:30 can come and watch our final performance if they would like to watch it before you go to BOA. Again, please remember to pack everything you need, show shirts, layers, money, and this trip's going to be awesome, very successful, whether we make it or not. Guys, this show is ridiculously good, ridiculously amazing, and we didn't think we'd be where we are now. Of course, we need to keep pushing to get to that next level to be able to make it to semis, so keep that in mind when we are rehearsing this week. But just, I hope everyone's proud, because I know I am, I know all the officers are. This is an amazing show to end the year with, and everyone should be really proud, and this trip is going to be amazing, so get hype. 2, 3.